Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you my NFL Divisional playoff matchup in the NFC between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Now let's start with the Seahawks offense. So one thing that's important when playing the Chicago Bears, balance, balance, balance. You guys can run the football real well when you choose to and stick with it. So if you're consistent enough in the run game, the passing game is going to work itself out, because you guys do have some outstanding targets in Mike Williams, the big 6'5", 230-pound wide receiver, Ben Obamanu, a young guy out of Auburn, Golden Tate, the rookie, plus you have a solid tight end in Carlson. So balance is the key. If you guys can get balance on offense like you did in week 6 against the Chicago Bears, that's going to help out the passing game. And you want to get Carlson involved in the offense early. He has to control the middle of the Bears defense against the cover 2. If you can control the middle of a defense in the cover 2, you guys are going to have a lot of success. So it's up to John Carlson to make sure he roam free and get past those linebackers and make a lot of plays to keep the chains moving. And you want to keep the Bears spread out. The way you defeat a cover 2, you widen that pressure, weaken the cover 2 by expanding the zones, and that's going to allow the Seahawks to operate more. So keep the Bears spread out, and you should have some success offensively. Now the defensive side of the football, I say when you zone blitz this Bears offensive line, you want to make sure you drop that coverage underneath the wide receivers, because Cutler will throw the slant and you can have a lot of chances of interceptions, because once he sees that pressure coming in, he's going to get rid of the football to the high read like he's supposed to as a quarterback, but it usually goes to the slant on the short side of the field. So drop a guy underneath that receiver on that end, and you should have some opportunity to make plays in the passing game. And you want to keep the pressure up on Cutler. Cutler is a guy that loves to get rid of the football quickly. He's going to keep both teams in the game. That's one thing that's important. Give yourself a shot to win defensively. Now Chicago has to come to this game. Third down offense has to be a staple. The last time you played Seattle, you were 0 for 12 on third down. So it's important to stay ahead of the chains and convert these third downs to stay on the field. That's how you neutralize that intensity of the Seattle Seahawks defense, by keeping these guys on the field for long, sustained drives. That's key. Forte's running is also a staple. You guys couldn't run the football last matchup. You have to get Forte going, because when Cutler has the balance and has time in the pocket, he can rip apart any secondary. And you want to utilize more of your screen game this week. One thing the Seattle Seahawks do well is fly up the football field. They have a lot of team speed. So the way you neutralize that speed is with the screen game, the misdirection game. So look for Morris to run a lot of screens in this ball game, whether middle screens or screens to the outside or even wide receiver screens, to get the football out quickly. Now defensively, coming into this matchup, you want to make Hasselbeck move in the pocket. I'm still not sold on Hasselbeck's ability to create right now. I know he's still probably injured. Get him to move in the pocket, and you give yourself a chance to win defensively, because he's not as accurate when throwing on the run at this stage in his career. Also, Charles Tillman versus Mike Williams, former teammate of mine, Louisiana Lafayette. He has to hold his own against a big physical wide receiver in Williams, and that's going to be a key matchup. And you have to win at the point of attack defensively. If you blitz Seattle, Seattle will crumble. They will throw some inaccurate passes. They will bottle up in the run game. So you have to beat these guys to the point of attack, play aggressive style Bears defense. Adonijay and company has to make sure they live in the backfield. Now let's look at some positional breakdowns in this game. Who has the advantage? Starting with the quarterback position, I say it's even. Both quarterbacks do a great job of getting the football downfield, but both quarterbacks also are prone to throwing interceptions, but both are talented players. Push in this matchup. The running back positional battle, I have to go with Chicago Bears. Forte and Chester Taylor are two guys that can really run the football and are excellent pass catchers out of the backfield. The wide receiver position, you have to side with the Chicago Bears. I love Johnny Knox, Hester and company. These guys can make a lot of plays, and they have a lot of speed, and they are consistent if Cutler could get the ball to them. Offensive line, I have to side with the Seattle Seahawks. They do a better job of protecting their quarterback than do the Bears, and the Seahawks are consistent in their offensive line protection as opposed to Chicago. Defensive line, you have to go with the Bears. For relentless up front, you need that in the cover 2 defense, and their defensive line is one that can cause a lot of problems for the Seattle Seahawks. Linebackers, I say it's a push. Both guys have outstanding linebacking cores that are fast. They can cover, they can run. They play the run all the way to the quarterback. Very solid group. It's a good linebacker matchup in this ball game. Now you look at the defensive backs, I have to go with Seattle. A lot of playmakers, a lot of ball hawks, a lot of speed back there on the corners and in the safety spot. You have to give Seattle the edge when talking secondary. Special teams, you have to go with Devin Hester and company. He can make a game-changing play in a heartbeat. You have to go with the Bears special team aspect, and don't sleep on Danielle Manning as well too. X factor in this game, you look at the Bears, Cutler's release. If Cutler could get rid of the football quickly, they could have some opportunities to make some big plays in the passing game. And for Seattle, you look at week 6, and they defeated the Bears already, so they have the confidence coming in on the road, playing a good road game. And Brock and Clemens, the defensive ends, they're going to be the X factor to cause a lot of problems for that Bears offensive line. I'm going with Seattle in this game. Seattle has beaten Chicago already. They know how to play in Soldier Field. Same situation. They're going to cause a lot of pressure on the quarterback and force Cutler into some situations where he's going to either hold the football a little bit too long or throw that errant pass that's going to result in interception. I think Seattle right now is going to capitalize on this momentum and go into Soldier Field with the game plan to shut down the Bears again, just like they did in Week 6. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan.